This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Let's talk a little bit about Tua getting mic'd up, right? And I'm gonna play a soundbite from it. And early on in the whole mic'd up process, this is all the different little things that a leader does. You see for 10 minutes from the beginning of the process, where he tells everybody, "Hey, I'm mic'd up. I'm mic'd up." In other words, guys, I'm mic'd up. Keep it PG. Don't be your normal selves because I'm mic'd up, right? So that's the smart move, right? As a leader of the team, you want to watch out for your guys. You're the quarterback. So you see him do that. Another time when Jeff Wilson Jr. and they do the fake snap, right? And Jeff Wilson can't get the first down on the short yardage run. And guys are all over. Remember, I talked about this in the post-game show, how he's pushing guys around to get to Jeff Wilson and help him up, right? And then as they're running off the field, he's telling Jeff Wilson, "It's not on you. It's not on you. It's not on you." That's a leader, man. That's a leader. And throughout the whole thing, there's all kinds of little moments where you see the confidence in him. You see him obviously picking up his teammates. And then here's an exchange with Teddy Bridgewater on the sidelines. Okay. And it's kind of an interesting one. Let me see if I can let me see here. Let me make sure I pull up the right one. Here we go. So here's Tua and Teddy on the sidelines.
Hey, boss, I always stutter every time I give a speech. I don't know how to give a speech.
You like Bobby Boucher. Mama said,
I don't know how to give a speech. Yes. But you know what?
Hey, all you gotta do is
I tried.
Hey, all you gotta do is do. That's it. You deliver out here. Now, ready to run through a brick wall for you.
Now, couple things there in that exchange. One, Teddy goes to him, "You deliver out here, they'll run through walls for you." Right? He's delivering, they're running through walls. You're 7-3, 7-0 when Tua plays. Now, what did he say at the beginning of that comment? He said, "I don't know how to give speeches." Which, by the way, hey, Sean, how are you with speeches? Is that your thing, Sean? Because some tells me that's not your thing. Right? And exactly. He's giving me the thumbs up. And, a lot of people. So remember what happened with the captain stuff with under Flo, right? The idiots were like, "Oh, you see, he doesn't want to be a captain. He's afraid." No, he's not afraid. It's that Flo had it like you had to politic to be a captain. Tell people why you got to be a captain. No, you don't, bro. Leaders are born. What did I say then? I said your quarterback automatically becomes your captain, whether you like it or not. That guy has to be your captain. Now, because Flo cock-blocked him and treated him like shit and never made him the man, then the team couldn't follow. But there's a moment there where he's not going to be politicking and speeching, and that's not who he is. That's not what he does. He does the stuff you just see in that video behind the scenes. He's talking to his players, this, that, all of that kind of stuff. And let me explain something to you all out there that, again, narratives being crushed. Oh, Tua's got to learn how to be a leader. Bullshit. Tua was always a leader. He was a leader in Alabama. Anybody that tells you that everything he did in those 10 minutes, he just started doing now because he's learning how to do it, that's a lie. That's a lie, because you can watch it, that's a guy that's how he acts normally, but that's how he was acting in Alabama. But for 2 years, where you got a guy that didn't want you, doesn't believe in you, is doing everything to start anybody over you, including Jabroni Brissett. You can't blame Tua for any of this, and I kept saying this for 2 years. And for anybody that tells you, oh, well, he doesn't know how to lead, bullshit, dude. He knows how to lead. He knows how to get along with people. He knows how to reach people. He's fantastic at that. You know what he doesn't want is us. He doesn't need the public and the media inside his circle. It's like Dan. Marino was like that too. The people that felt Marino were the people that were in that locker room, not you and me, not the fans, not the media members. So if you want us to get into your inner circle and you're not happy that Tua doesn't let you in, well, that's your problem, dude. He doesn't have to let you in. You're here to cover him, like me, as a media member. If he doesn't want to let me in his circle, I don't care. That's fine, dude. I can respect that, but I can compartmentalize it and appreciate who he is. And just because he doesn't want to give me an interview, or not that I've asked or anything, or get in his inner circle, or try to get inside information from him, or try to be buddy like people try to do with players in the locker room, that's not what he's going to do. It's not who he is. That's just the way it is. But because of that, he doesn't have leadership skills. How the hell would you know? Because I know for a fact that behind the scenes in Alabama, he was fantastic with his teammates. You saw him taking pictures with all the Alabama players after, right? You saw him obviously at the beginning of the game. You'll see that funky handshake that he has going on with Waddle. That you see after Trent Sherfield scores a touchdown, they both do this stuff. He's having fun. He's got confidence, but that's allowed because Mike allowed it. What did I just talk about with Ian Rappaport right now? Ron Rivera is not going to give the job back to Wentz, is he? It's not that Taylor Heinicke's better. It's just that at least he gives you a chance to win, and he doesn't do the stupid things that Wentz does. And right now, the team is playing better with him. So why would you take him out? And why would you ruin the chemistry of the team? Because obviously, Heinicke looks like he connects better with guys than Wentz. It's a fragile situation, but the second that Ron Rivera backs Heinicke, the entire team's backing Heinicke. But if he doesn't, then the rest of the team has to follow their leader, bro. That's the problem with all of this. And that was the problem with Tua for 2 years. He didn't learn. Anybody that tells you, oh, no, that wasn't there last year. Of course it wasn't there last year. It wasn't his team because the coach didn't allow it to be his team. Mike McDaniel, from the second he took over, he told them, this is your team. You're my quarterback. Boom. That's it. Problem is, the naysayers have a problem with being wrong about this. They were wrong that Mike McDaniel sold out to him right away. They were wrong that they couldn't find a good coach because who would want to work with Tua? Remember that stupid ass line? They were wrong because they think he doesn't have any leadership when he was a quarterback at Alabama, dude. And he connected with his players and joked around and had his ukulele in the locker room playing music with them. There are videos on that. Give me a break. It's littered all over the place with stuff from that game. I'll give you another one here. And let's see here. Here you go.
You look like a young me. Bouncing around after you make a play. I like to see that. Don't just run to the sideline, grab the tablet. Don't be boring. You in Miami.
I hope y'all put this on. Put this on the mic, though.
You're in Miami, boy. You make a play, you got to have swag.
So there's Teddy telling him, hey, you remind me of me, bouncing around after a play. You need to have some fun. You're in Miami. You got to do things with some swag. and Teddy's so good for him right now. I've told you this so much, so many times. I don't want Teddy playing, but I do love Teddy on the sidelines, giving him the knowledge, giving him the encouragement, providing leadership, because Teddy has plenty of that himself, all of those kind of things. Because Teddy, as I've told you many, many times, Teddy would be a Pro Bowler in this league if the Lord gave him just a little more talent. That's what he needed. But it's just, to me, this whole thing, everything that they've talked about with this kid has been so off on every level. And I blame Brian Flores more than anybody else. This guy oozes of leadership, oozes of being a winner. Everything that you see there. And by the way, you saw at the end, he has an exchange with Myles Garrett, how he tells him how he got rid of the ball quickly because he was like, I didn't want to end up in your graveyard, because Myles Garrett has that graveyard in his house where he has all the tombstones of all the quarterbacks that he has sacked. So that's kind of known. So Tua knew that he didn't want to be a part of Myles Garrett graveyard. And then did you see the Clowney moment? So Clowney was, I think it was talking with Armstead or somebody, and then Tua came by. He goes, and I've had enough of you too, and they were joking around. They gave each other a hug, and then whatever. So that is, that's nice to see, that kind of exchange, that kind of respect. Okay, because that's important too, because that's what Tua is also earning around the league. Those coming back from that concussion in Buffalo, if there was one or not or whatever, that's respect. Coming back from the second one in their gladiator world and coming back and kicking ass, that's respect. And that's what Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney have for him, is respect, because he went out there on an even level playing field and kicked their ass. And then the game's over, and as professionals, you take your lumps and you congratulate the opponent. And, you do it with respect. And that's what you saw on the field with Tua. Tua has respect for the game, respect for his coaches. That exchange with him and Coach McDaniel on the sidelines, that is, just golden. Where the coach is telling him you're playing at a high level, and he's calling him Mystic Mike and Beast and all that stuff. All that. That's a glorious 10 minutes to watch Tua Tagovailoa in action. And for me personally, since I had to take the bullets for 2 years and I had to take all the ridicule from a lot of people, it's fun to see him be himself. I thought that was really, really cool.